Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 61 of Cute Little Love Letters, and this one is titled Official. Out into the warm night you and Denki snuck. Well, it wasn't so much sneaking, since you knew the staff could see you, and they knew that you had left, but it was nice to be away from the crowd. Wow, Denki said as he took your hand in his, and you headed down to the beach together. It was actually really loud in there. I couldn't hear myself think. Same, you giggled. But I'm glad everyone's talking and getting along. I was a little worried that our Monoma would act up, but he seems okay so far. Oh, yeah. He and Bakugo got in each other's faces earlier when we were setting up our beds, but Kiri and Tetsu stepped in. I swear those two are the same guy. Oh, I'm so glad they stopped a potential fight, you said with relief, looking out over the ocean waters as you and Denki approached it. While you were gazing upon the deep dark sea, Denki was looking for his accomplices and saw them waving at him from the forest edge off to his right. Sarah was beckoning him to come over, so he cleared his throat and squeezed your hand in his. Hey, let's go over here for a bit, he said as he turned and started to walk towards the tree line. You still hadn't noticed that Koda and Sarah were hiding where Denki was taking you and looked around happily, letting the gentle breeze lift your hair and rake its gentle breath through it. Denki aimed for a log that was just on the edge of where the tree line met the sand and turned around to sit on it once he'd gotten there. Ah, he said in a somewhat loud voice. What a beautiful night, right? Yeah, it really is, you replied, sitting and holding his hand as you sat beside him. There was a moment's silence before Denki cleared his throat and then started coughing forcefully, and you looked at him. Are you okay? You asked him. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for something, he said, making some of his words quite pointed and emphatic. Suddenly some fireflies shot around from behind you and hovered in front of you. Oh, you said with surprise. How cute. Just then they moved in formation and made a heart shape in the air in front of you and Denki with their glowing tails. Oh, a heart, you gushed quietly. Hey, Denki said as he reached into his left pocket with his free hand and pulled the heart-shaped rose quartz gem on the twine necklace free, holding it in his hand as his eyes remained on you. We've been talking for a while now, and I really, really like you. I've told you that so many times, and you said that you like me, so would you like to be my girlfriend? I would love to be able to call you my girl and show you off to everyone I come across, he said with a happy smile. You're cute, you're funny, and you're really sweet, and I love that. I want you to be with me. You listened to his question, your heart rate suddenly spiking, even though you kinda knew this question was coming soon. I would really like that, you replied, giving him a beautiful smile in the darkness while the fireflies remained in a heart-shaped formation in front of you both. Then Denki let your hand go, and you looked to see that he was reaching for something in his opposite hand, and then all of a sudden he had a beautiful gem necklace that he was holding out towards you, and you had to think for a second before moving your head forwards so he could slip the necklace on over your head. Here, he said, this is just a small gift to prove my love for you. A girlfriend gift. I've been wanting to give you something for the longest time, he added. You looked down at it and the fireflies flew closer and hovered overhead so that you had a little more light, and you lifted the stone to look at it closer and let out a little noise of delight when you saw it was rose quartz. Oh, this is a beautiful gem, you said happily. Thank you so much, Denki. He opened his arms and you leaned into him to give him a hug, happy that you were now official. You want to walk on the beach now? We're all good now, he then added on the end in a loud voice, and you looked around. Who are you talking to? You asked with a small chuckle. Oh, no one, just, yeah. All good, he said sheepishly, and then took your hand in his. Let's go for a little walk, and then we can head back to the others, he added. Okay, you said with a smile, getting up from your seat on the log to walk with him along the beach. I love that it's rose quartz, you said again, looking down at the pretty necklace. What made you choose rose quartz? Oh, I got it from the market last weekend when I came to see you, he said. I stopped at a stall at the end that was selling them and decided to get one. The lady there said it was a really nice one, and she said it was good for relationships. It is, you said brightly. It's a really good one for relationships. My mum occasionally wears them, especially around her birthday, my birthday, and Dad's birthday, to strengthen the family bond. She also said they're good to sleep with. They're most active at night. Yeah, that's what this lady said too, Denki mused. I'm glad she was telling the truth. She could have said anything, and I wouldn't have known. You giggled a little and smiled at him, and then looked over at the ocean. I can feel its power, you said with a gentle sigh. Denki squeezed your hand and you looked back at him, noting a really soft look in his eyes. "Can I have a hug?" he asked as he stopped. "Of course," you replied, turning to face him and wrap your arms around his middle while he cuddled around your shoulders and neck. "Come up here," he said after a second, letting you go to scoop your arms up and place them over his shoulders and around his neck while he wrapped his arms around your waist. You did, and found yourself looking into his pretty face, the moonlight just making enough light to be able to see him. Denki glanced at your lips and gently bit into his lower lip, and then let it go, and you noticed, your mind being drawn to the idea of kissing him. "Should I?" you wondered, leaning in a little. The attractive force was definitely in full swing, as while you were leaning in slowly to him, he was leaning in slowly to you, and before you even realised it, your eyes had closed gently and your soft lips had pressed to his. It took a second for your mind to comprehend what was going on, but then it caught up and you suddenly realised you were kissing. You were actually kissing Denki. You held that position for a little bit and then broke away, the two of you looking very bashful indeed. Shyly you let go of your cuddle around his neck and scratched at your cheek, while he let you go too and cleared his throat while rubbing the back of his neck and looking away. That was really nice," he said softly. "Can I have another one?" Okay," you replied, the two of you leaning in again, but this time he placed a gentle hand on your cheek to hold you steady and leaned in, pressing his lips to yours again. It was such a rush to be kissing Denki, and you placed one hand on his that was on your cheek and kept your eyes closed. Pure bliss. That kiss ended too, and Denki let out a little nervous yet elated chuckle. Cool, yeah, super cool. I really like that. But maybe we should get back before anyone notices that we're gone for too long, he said, and you nodded. "Yes, good thinking," you added. "Thank you for just now with, everything. I'm really happy to be your girlfriend," you said shyly. He reached out and gave you the biggest hug and kiss on the top of your head. "This is the best day of my life," he said emphatically, and you giggled. "Mine too," you replied, taking his hand once he let go of hugging you, and then you walked hand in hand back to the dining hall. Everyone was just starting to get up and head out, so you parted ways and went with the girls, and Denki went back with the boys. Sorry about all the noise in the background. It is hot as balls again here today, so I have all the windows open, but we've heard every bird within 100 kilometres of this neighbourhood, every car, every person walking past. I do apologise. Stay tuned for chapter 62 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.